welcome to Feed Me Vegan. I'm Norine, and this is my mom, Melody, and she's here, and she's going to help me make some delicious food today. We are going to be making some Mother's Day brunch. So I'm going to be making my crumb cake that's famous. I promise, it's famous. It is. And then Mom is going to be making what she usually makes for brunch over when she has me over to eat her food, biscuits and gravy. Yep. So before we get started on everything, I need to let you know that Feed Me Vegan is brought to you by Animal Rights Coalition Vegan University, which aims to make vegan cooking accessible, easy, fun, adorable, stuff like that. And then, so let's hop to it here. But before we do that, we're going to just throw a shout out to my grandma, my mom's mom, who her name is Artis, and she is not with us anymore, but also for Mother's Day, we always shout out to her, of course, and we love you, and she would love to be here today, and she'd be here if she was actually here. So
for sure.
Making stuff with us. So should we get started, Mom?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what I'm going to make first, and I'm making a crumb cake, and this is something when I worked at, there's a place called Donut Cooperative that existed in South Minneapolis, and it does not anymore, but it was running for probably about 2 to 3 years, and I used to throw this on the shelves. I made up this recipe, and it is, and it would just go real fast. People love the stuff. So it's a cinnamon crumb cake. You eat it with coffee, and it's super simple to make. What it consists of here is a crumb topping. This is going to be on the YouTube, but it has vegan margarine, brown sugar, cinnamon, salt, and flour in there. And then I'm going to be mixing up the batter for the cake right now. So I already have my crumb pre-made here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So it's going to be 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm halving the recipe, so do what I say, not as I do. 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and then 3/4 cup sugar, white sugar, vegan sugar. You can get that probably at your co-op. And then, you want to take that away? Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Mom. Mm-hmm. And then a little bit of salt. Throw some salt in there. And I usually just eyeball this, but I'll just toss it in. It calls for 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, so I'll just eyeball it.
Okay.
Salt, go away, thank you. Mm-hmm. And then the almond milk here. So what I was kind of talking to my mom about before we were on here is that I was making basically what is vegan buttermilk. So you can make this with pretty much any vegan milk that's out there, and you curdle it by using either lemon juice or apple cider vinegar, which is what I did. So this is about, this is going to be a 1 1/4 cup of, I have almond milk, so it's vanilla almond milk with a little bit of apple cider vinegar in it to curdle it.
So when you say a little, is it like a teaspoon or?
Yeah, you want it, this calls for 1 1/4 tablespoons, but you're going to be able to tell, and it's a really delicate balance too, because you don't want to overwhelm the recipe with like an apple cider vinegar taste, and that's really easy to do with apple cider vinegar.
Oh,
so I'm really careful about that.
Do you have to wait and let it sit for a while?
Yep, you mix it up, and then it curdles and gets all chunky, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is.
Okay. Okay.
And then, did you have any more questions?
Oh no, I just was wondering how long you have to wait then.
Well,
maybe.
what did we wait, like 10 minutes?
Oh, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
And then canola oil, 1/3 cup. So we'll just do a little bit in there.
Okay. Let me know if you need anything from the back
All
there.
good. And then the leavener, which is the baking soda. And that's going to be 1 teaspoon. And that's going to be our activator. So that's going to, usually this is a really nice dense cake the way that I typically make it, but I'm not really making my typical recipe here. So this is going to be a more fluffy cake. And baking soda is going to activate right now. So what you want to do is mix this up real quick and then throw it in the oven real quick. We won't do that because we're going to be cutting later, but yeah. So mix this up real nice, and it's going to make a thicker batter, and that's fine. That's usually what it does.
Yeah, it is thick.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's a nice thick batter here.
So you want to do it real good, try to get the lumps out, or
That's
do you
what
need
I
to worry
do.
about it? Okay.
Yep, and you don't want to overmix, so again, delicate balance here, because overmixing will make it gummy, and that's nasty.
Oh, okay.
We hate that.
Okay. Okay. Should I grab the pan then,
Yep,
or? Okay.
that's fine. Yep, and then we'll go ahead and throw this in there, and then I'll tell you what my crumb topping is made of, because that's the secret part of my recipe.
Do you want me to?
Nope, I'm good.
You're good?
So yeah, this looks really good already. And then, no, it's fine.
Okay, I was just trying to help you.
I got it. Nope,
Okay.
it's all good.
Okay.
She's being a mom even on my own show. Oh, can I help you with that?
Well,
No, you're fine.
it's our nature.
So what I probably should have done and what I usually do is just test it. Make sure that
yeah.
I didn't miss anything in the recipe, and I didn't. It tastes awesome.
Yeah. Let me check.
That's the nice thing about vegan baking is that you can test your batter. And even when I was a professional baker, that's what I advocated for 100%. Now this is gonna, if you throw it in the oven right away, it's gonna bake up really fluffy and nice because that baking soda is gonna be activated already by the liquid and most of all the apple cider vinegar. So it's gonna have like a chemical reaction of sorts. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then your crumb topping. This stuff is so good. I could literally eat like a bowl of this.
Yeah, it is really good.
It's vegan, so I have 8 tablespoons of vegan margarine, 2/3 cup brown sugar, 3/4 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 pinch of salt. I like to use a little more salt, and 1 3/4 cup all-purpose flour to make this. And you want to kind of, it's gonna bake up and be real crunchy when it actually bakes up. And then I add, my secret ingredient is cream of tartar, and I usually maybe like 1/8 of a teaspoon of that, and it gives it like this really nummy, like almost sour creamy, delicious taste. And Mom even ate some earlier and thought it tasted good.
Oh, it is.
So,
It
yeah.
is good.
So it's a, and then you just, usually the margarine is not so melted as it is now. You want to do it when the margarine is soft, not melted. This is kind of melty, so it'll still bake up nice, but you want to kind of hit it so you can crumble it nice on here and make it look really pretty. And right now it's kind of sticky, so I'll just.
It'll still taste good.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah, this stuff is so good. This is a crowd pleaser, and people eat this stuff up like hotcakes because it's a hotcake.
Yeah.
I made a funny joke. Okay. All right, so this is all good, and then this is what it looks like when you are done. So very nice, and you got your, I mean, you can obviously make more crumble if you want to. I advocate for more crumble. I don't think there's such thing as too much crumble.
Yeah,
So,
I agree with you.
okay, so then that's gonna go in the oven in just a second here, but before we do that, we have to put the other things that we're gonna bake in the oven onto a pan.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do.
Oh, and make sure that you oil that pan that you put this in, or else your crumb cake's gonna stick.
Yep, good point there. Okay, so we're gonna start the biscuits now. Which, okay.
It's gonna be
I don't know about
fiasco.
you guys, but these kind of things kind of scare me a little bit. So, okay.
I'm fearless
Let's
on
just-
TV, Mom.
Okay.
Oh gosh, you're just gonna do it?
Well,
what are you
don't
doing?
you have to pop it?
Yeah,
Or-
you do, but
okay.
you do it with a spoon.
Yeah, but you got to take the label off first. But, or maybe you should just crack it on the thing.
Well, so what we're using here, let's talk about this. So it's Immaculate Baking Company, and they do they do vegan cinnamon rolls, and what else do they do that's vegan?
Oh, they had croissants.
It's okay, you got it.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. Croissants, and did they have croissants?
Yeah, they
Okay.
had croissants. They had a sweet roll.
Oh,
and
yep,
they had-
yep, cinnamon rolls.
And then these.
Yeah, and these are the biscuits. And these bake up real nice. It's like a Grand's biscuit, if you guys ever ate Pillsbury biscuits back in the day. That's what these are. But I think some Pillsbury stuff just happens to be vegan. You might want to double check on that and do your Googles. But I think that their crescent rolls just happen to be vegan, but this is a lot better ingredients in my opinion. I think Immaculate Baking Company makes it with whole foods, you know, for the health conscious among us, which me and Chelsea are not. So, all right, so we're gonna cut here, and then I'm gonna go throw these in the oven, and we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. So now we're going to make the gravy that's gonna go for our biscuits and gravy, and I'm gonna have my mom take this one away because she usually makes this.
Okay, yeah, this is a recipe that my mother had shared with us, my sister and I, way back in the day, because my dad enjoyed SOS. He was in the service, he was in the Navy, and he came home and said, geez, can you make this SOS for us, for the family? And she came up with the roux and the white sauce and then added the meats to it back in the day, and that he enjoyed that over toast. So we've taken that white sauce and veganized it, of course, and that's the base of the gravy that I make for biscuits and gravy. So to get started, Sarah, I think we'll need the onion chopped.
Okay.
And we'll need the garlic clove chopped. What can I do?
And we're doing a half an onion, right, Mom?
Yeah, that would probably be best because I usually double or triple this recipe when we're at home.
Okay.
So I'm not used to doing such a little amount.
Oh, okay.
It seems like we do so much, but yeah, half would be probably perfect.
Okay,
and if we can chop it down to as small pieces as you can.
And then the garlic, we got one garlic clove in there too, and we want to chop that down as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And what can I do to help?
Nothing.
You're
Do you want to
just
heat
gonna
up
do
the
all the
oil
chopping?
maybe?
Okay. Well, you can do that.
So the on button.
Yep.
Yep.
And then
yeah,
bring it down. Okay. Is 5 about right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So that's this one,
And that's
then
going to
this
get real
one.
hot, so just be careful.
And so what Norine's going to do is fry up the onions in small pieces. Norine's going to chop them up and then get them started in the pan here till they're tender, and then chop up the mushrooms as well. I brought some portobellos, but you could use any mushroom that you like. I love mushrooms, so it doesn't matter what mushroom that you choose, whichever your favorite.
What kind of mushrooms have you used in this recipe before?
Creminis, bellas. I've used shiitake. I love shiitake, but yeah. So whatever.
Do you use that?
I use this because it gives it a little buttery flavor.
Yeah.
So I'll get that started so you can get those in there.
And you're okay with this amount of onions right here, Mom?
I think so. You might want to get them a little smaller,
Okay.
unless you want it chunky.
Nope, I'm going to chop them.
And that's fine to
Okay.
have it chunky if you like. I like it chunky, but you know how your brothers are. They like it.
I do.
They don't even want to know if onion's in there. They don't want to know. So okay, so here's the left one. I gotta get that going here. And so this gets going fast, right?
Oh, if you do it higher.
Okay.
So, yep, that's going to be
Okay. Let's try to. So you can throw that in whenever you're ready, and then I'll get this started. The roux started, and I'll start off with about maybe, I guess this is more like three tablespoons of this butter, or this.
So the roux, 3 tablespoons.
Can't believe it's not butter.
And you're using just a tablespoon to fry the onions in.
Yeah.
All right.
So this has got to get nice. I should turn that up too.
I was not a very good chopper here, but that's okay.
Oh, I like it chunky though. I know some people don't, but. Okay, so I'll grab the flour here. You just need to wait for this to warm up a little bit.
Yeah, I know these are sharp knives too. Chelsea told me.
Go up a little higher.
I think it's the cutting board here.
Oh, is it?
Just a little wonky. That's okay.
And I'm going to grab this whisk from you, honey.
Yep. Do it up, Mom.
Maybe I can get this thing going here.
How much flour do you usually put in there?
Usually it's, it's funny because I eyeball it, but I bet it's half and half. You do You do, or rather, you do the same amount of butter as you do with the flour, or with your oil or whatever you decide to use. Because I've used olive oil to make a roux, and I've used different kind of oils. But
But you
usually
like butter?
Yeah, I prefer the Earth Balance. I like
Okay.
Earth Balance, but I haven't tried this, so this will be kind of fun.
Yeah, I got the I can't believe it's not butter vegan one.
Yeah.
And it's not as salty, I think, is the Earth Balance when I've had that
Oh,
before.
is that sale? Okay.
Yeah. So
So I'm just going to add this in, and I eyeball it till it gets to a not quite pasty, but till it thickens up to kind of a paste. And I let the
oh yeah, look at that. Do you want me to turn it down a little bit now?
yeah, actually, yeah, probably a good idea. And then on mine too.
Yep.
There we go.
Good deal.
Hey, you're ready for the onions now.
Yep. Okay. So just the onions first?
Yeah, you can put the mushrooms in, whatever's ready. Go ahead and put the
even the
onions
garlic?
and I kind of wait on the garlic because
Yeah,
I don't want it
think
to
so.
burn.
Yep.
But yeah, so here we are. It's kind of like a paste. I just kind of cook the flour a little bit till it gets it's like a nutty smell.
Should we do all of the mushrooms, Mom?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And if you want to rough chop them,
Yep.
that'd be great.
Let me get out another.
And I'm going to throw in, I use thyme. I throw in a bunch of different spices too. Use thyme. I love that with mushrooms. I
Thyme?
think that tastes good. Yeah,
Okay.
thyme, like a teaspoon of thyme I put in here. And I've got I put cumin. I like cumin, and I like turmeric. I like a lot of different spices that probably a lot of people wouldn't put in here, but I like that kind
Mom
of stuff.
likes to make things healthy,
Well, and yeah, I like to put this much.
which is fine.
This whole
I
stuff.
guess.
I'm just going to get the spices going in here with the roux, or with this paste, to get them warmed up. And then I'll start adding the almond milk. And I always use, I don't use vanilla or any sweetened, of course. I just use the plain almond
Yeah,
milk.
you use plain.
Yeah, and I've used coconut milk. I've used a vegetable broth. I mean, this makes a heck of a nice soup too. This roux,
Yeah, and I've had this, several different times. It's always been good. Mom's a really good cook.
well, I don't know if I'd say that.
Mom, how long have you been vegan for?
Well, what has it been, 5 years, 6 years?
I've been vegan for 13, and you went vegan. I got my vegan tattoo when I was 7 years vegan, and that was when we were in Portland. And I feel like you've been vegan for 6 years.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah,
You're killing it.
and I
Better cook than I am.
well,
I don't even
don't
cook
know.
for myself. My job is so crazy. That's why I eat everywhere and post it on my blog. Check it out. Check me out on Instagram, Norine, yeah, dude.
oops.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that's all right.
Floor mushroom never harmed
Nah.
anybody.
Never did.
I'm almost done chopping this up here.
So I'm just gonna keep adding the almond milk here as it thickens up.
How do you know when it's done?
Well,
Ooh, that looks good.
it's just
That
starting.
smells good.
And it, and it thickens up the more you cook it. Then I don't know the science behind what the flour does, but I just keep adding, and I'm whisking because I don't want it to get lumpy. And I've actually not done this separate. I've done it all in one pan before, but I just wanted to make sure it didn't get lumpy.
I was
honestly.
gonna say, I didn't think you used 2 pans.
No, I haven't. I don't.
Okay. Well, I'm almost done chopping up these things and very awkwardly chopping
You're
these
doing a
up.
good job.
I don't know about that.
You're doing good. I don't know if we have a bigger spoon, but I think we need to turn this up a bit.
All right.
And overboard there.
Okay, and then this little guy.
Good job. Perfect.
Throw that in.
I don't know if you have a better stir spoon, but I'm just using the same spoon I grabbed.
Oh, yeah, no, I do have a better stir spoon.
This might take a while. The mushrooms kind of, sometimes, I like to get them till they're nice and brown.
It's no problem. And then, so you get them, they're nice and brown, and then when do we toss this in at the end? Is that
We
what you
actually
do?
need to chop that up too.
Okay.
And throw that in here.
Do it. Do that right now. So we'll get everything all in the pan here, and then cook it up. And this is Light Life Organic Smoky Tempeh Strips. And it ends up tasting like bacon. Do I use all of them?
Yeah, well, you can, or maybe half.
Half.
Maybe half. I know that a lot of people will put, what's the sausage that you can buy that's really good that can go in this?
Oh yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah.
Is it from that
Gimme
same,
Lean or whatever?
that has a nice smoky sausagey
Yeah,
taste?
I think so.
And has a texture like we
Yeah.
should on the.
Do I chop? What do I chop this up as, Mom?
As small as you want, so, you know. I'm gonna keep going on this roux here, honey.
Mm-hmm. So we throw all this together. So we got our tempeh, we got our onions, we got our mushrooms, right? And then we got our garlic. No, we don't have the garlic in there yet. We'll
No.
add that at the end. And
Yeah.
now we have our bacon.
Yeah.
And we got our roux going. And I think this would be a good place to cut. And we'll come back and we will have everything put together pretty much.
Okay.
Okay, and we are back. We have our biscuits are done, and our cinnamon coffee cake, crumb cake is done, and
looks good.
Mom has her roux, right?
Yeah, the roux mixture is done. What I did though is I added a few more things. I kind of didn't get to that yet, but I add liquid aminos instead of salt. A lot of people will put regular just raw salt in there, but I use that, and I also use the vegan Worcestershire sauce. It gives it some savoriness, and I do add a little smidgen of nutmeg. I think it gives it a little something. And then nutritional yeast I add in there too, because I like that little cheesy
And then you were
nutty taste.
peppering.
Yeah, and I
it
do
a little bit.
do the cracked pepper in there. And then later, depending on your taste, I'll put Tabasco in, because some people prefer that and some people
Hot
don't.
sauce of choice.
Yes, hot sauce of choice. But that's what I added to the roux.
Okay,
Okay.
so then what's the next step?
I'm just going to add these together and mix them in, and then we're good to put it on a biscuit.
All right. And then, you guys, while my mom is mixing up the roux and the mushrooms mixture, I'm going to cut up this crumb cake because it smells awesome and I cannot wait to
Oh,
eat it.
yeah. Oh, and we did add the fresh garlic in here, too. We
Oh,
added
yep.
that at
Yes,
the end.
we did.
Yeah.
So this, you know, and to be quite honest, I would let this cool a little bit before eating it because then the crumb on top gets a little crunchy and it's instead of if the margarine has a little bit of time to cool, it'll be crunchier. But we're impatient because we haven't eaten dinner. So
You're
quite
a little
frankly,
bit hungry. Little hungry.
Yes.
Hangry, or whatever you
yeah,
say.
yeah. Well, I might be hangry. You don't get.
So do you want me to go and serve this up?
Yep. So we got 2 little biscuits there for Mom to.
Pour our little gravy over
Yeah,
there.
You know, I'm gonna switch this up here, and then we're gonna try this little guy.
I don't
as
have any
well.
parsley to go bam on there, but there you go.
like emerald.
Yeah, like emerald.
Okay. So then, Mom, did you use this fork?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Good. Good. So then we got. I mean, this is brunch, you guys. This is it. We got our biscuits and gravy with our mushroom gravy and our bacon mushroom gravy.
Yeah.
Forget that it's got fake and bacon in it. And then your cinnamon crumb cake. And this came together probably in about 30 minutes. And, you know, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Should we try it? That's
Yes,
part of
let's
the
do
show.
that.
So, okay.
Yeah,
We cut
absolutely.
into these guys.
Oh, boy.
And those, as you can see, those biscuits cooked up really nice. Yep.
Yeah, you can taste the cumin if you like that. I do. Yep. Some
And those
people may not.
biscuits are super buttery. It tastes
Yeah.
very good.
It really is good.
Okay. And then
Oh, yeah. Can I try
This
that
little
too?
guy. Yeah, and it's fresh from the oven, so.
Oh, yeah. Really good. Makes me
So-
happy.
We got your Mother's Day brunch covered. You can impress your mom with some delicious food, and so thanks, Mom, for being on.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for
I'm glad
coming
to-
on.
Yeah. And Grandy's here too. So,
Yep, this is her.
yeah.
So just in case
this-
anybody.
There's a picture of my mom. My dad was a musician, and my mother sang in the band back in the day. This was in the big band era. And that picture Sarah had put on her arm. And my mother was born in May, and she loved Lily of the Valley also.
She
So
also
she's
smelled like it.
Oh yeah, she had the perfume, and she loved roses, loved to garden. So we both have tattoos with
Lily of the
Lily of the
Valley.
Valley, and yeah, in
So-
honor of her artist. That was her name.
And then do we want to read this?
Sure,
So this was
just a
something. What
little-
is this little?
This little plate was my sister and I, when we were little, bought this for my mother on Mother's Day, and we thought it was appropriate because I thought it was a cute little poem. You want to go ahead and read it?
Yeah, so it's called Mother. It says, "To one who bears the sweetest name and adds a luster to the same, who shares my joys, who cheers when sad, the greatest friend I ever had, long life to her, for there is no other can take the place of my dear mother." So, yep, that's
To all mothers out there,
Yep, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
So that's our show, guys. Mom, did you have anything else you wanted to add here?
No, I think I enjoyed spending time with you. Thank you for inviting me.
Good, and I mean, you killed it. You did a very good job. So, guys, check out Feed Me Vegan Show on it's at Feed Me Vegan Show on Instagram, Feed Me Vegan Show on Facebook. I'm at Norine Yadu. Chelsea is at Irritatingly Giddy One on Instagram. I don't know. She's also Susie V Homemaker on Facebook, and you can check this episode out or the recipe out on the YouTube in the description. We'll have both of these recipes in there. And thank you for joining us today. We hope you have a lovely Mother's Day with all your mamas, both on those on Earth and elsewhere. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.